So today I'm sitting down here with Coach David Simoneaux. He is the head football coach over here at the Central High School, as well as the head athletic director of CCSS. I really appreciate you coming and sitting down with me, or letting me come to the school and sit down with you, rather. If you don't mind, could you just tell some of the people that are watching kind of what your background in coaching is? I know you've coached for some time. Kind of catch us up to speed to how you got here, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Look, man, excited to sit down with you. Appreciate what you're doing for the city and the community, and highlighting all the good stuff we got going on. So excited to talk to you about it. I started coaching in 2004. It was actually my junior year of college. It was a volunteer job at Parkview Baptist, back where my alma mater was, and I worked there from 2004, 2005, 2006 as a volunteer, and then I got on full time from 07 to 09. I was a special teams coordinator from 07 to 09 and running backs coach, and then I was hired here in 2010 as the offensive coordinator and the head strength and conditioning coach for football. Spent 5 seasons here, 2010, 2011, 12, 13, and 14. And then I got the head coaching job at Catholic High School of Point Capee. Spent 6 seasons there, 2015 through 2020, and had some great years over there, man. It was a blast. Was athletic director over there as well.
Okay.
And then 2021 and 2022 was at Catholic High Baton Rouge. And then that brings you up to date, 2023. Here we are.
At Central. And,
yep.
I mean, I'll be the first to say it. I know probably everybody watching knows the run that y'all made. As an alum, 3 years ago, I graduated in 2020. And as an alum, I haven't been excited about watching Central football since I graduated. It was kind of a, I miss it, I'm jealous, I wish I could go back, play that type of thing. Well, this year really, made me excited.
Mm-hmm.
To watch y'all go out and play teams who, quite frankly, I thought a lot of people counted y'all out on.
Yeah.
And time y'all went out and performed. Y'all played and performed, and it was great. And that was awesome to see that switch in such a short time.
I don't know if I could just, I think it's really a credit to Dr. Fountain and Brandon LeGroux, and letting us hire this staff of human beings that we got on here. Those guys have coached football at the highest levels, and no team in the state of Louisiana intimidates Anthony Camp, who was most recently playing the Mississippi States, and those types. And obviously Coach Zach Morris, our offensive coordinator, has just done such an awesome job. Tom DeStasio, our strength and conditioning coach, was training Navy SEALs, 6 months ago. So I think he's not intimidated by Zachary High School or whatever it may be. So I'm proud of our kids and the way they responded to us, and just really excited about the trajectory of the football program, the whole athletic program.
Yeah, I think everybody's, I know I'm really excited to see, the 9th graders this year that don't know any different other than the staff that y'all have now, and how they respond over the next 3 years and play their senior year. That's what I'm fired up for. I'm fired up for 3 or 4 years down the road when y'all get to work with these kids their whole high school career. But I know you said you coached at a couple other places.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as Central High School, the community, that type of thing, what drew you back to Central opposed to staying at Catholic Point Capee or Catholic BR or something along those lines?
It's severalfold. Number one, my first 5 years here was awesome. And, just the relationships I built and the caliber of kid that I was able to work with when I was here was just somebody that I connected with, and I felt like, my skill set kind of met the needs of this community. And, I love the blue-collar nature of what Central's all about, and
that's what Dr. Fountain said. He said that
absolutely.
A couple times,
Yeah. And then the challenge of it all, I think I could have stayed at Catholic High School for a long time and rode out a comfortable career there, and that place was awesome and a great experience for me. But really, Brandon LeGroux is a guy that I just deeply respect and admire. I was able to coach alongside him my first go around here, and just had an immense amount of respect for the type of human being he is, his passion, his work ethic. Everything he touches, he's going to make sure is done the right way and with a pattern of excellence, and so just to be able to crawl in that foxhole with a man of his caliber and Dr. Fountain is something that really excited me.
Yeah. It's kind of straight out of what Dr. Fountain said. He said the people, the type of people, the blue collar work ethic, that type of thing, and then everybody around him in the school system really is what he loves. So it seems like y'all are in agreeance there, and I think that that's really cool. That you would choose the harder path to be around the people who that you really enjoy being around. I don't know that there's a lot of people that do that. That's noble of you.
Well, I'll share this with you. When I was contemplating this decision, and it was a gut-wrenching decision, when I was contemplating the decision, I was thinking about my kids, and I have email addresses for my kids who are way too young to check emails,
Right.
7 and below. But I have these email addresses, and when I have these moments of inspiration, I type them out, emails, and I hope that one day when they're 13, 14, 15, they'll start looking through them. But it's almost checkpoints for me where, like, when I have these major life decisions, I want them to know what Dad was thinking and what he was contemplating, and for me, like, I want my sons to know that I chose the harder right versus the easier wrong, or the easier, more comfortable path, and that's
Right.
the road that I want those kids to walk to. And if you want that for your kids, I think you got to model it too, and so I'm so proud that our group of coaches and these kids were able to come into a situation where things were tough, and we were a little bit down on hard times, and we're able to build this thing back up in such a short period of time, and now it's just about making sure that we're living this way of life that keeps us successful. It's not just a slogan, but it's actually who we are as human beings.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. And so, speaking of setting that example, trying to push the kids in the direction that would be more beneficial for them. If you had to, and I'm not going to limit you to one because I know there's multiple, but if you had to pick the most important things that you want to leave with these high school kids, something that you want to ingrain in them the most, what quality or what idea set do you think that would be?
It's simple for me, like the mission of our whole athletic department is to maximize human potential, and to create champions on the field and in life. And, I tell parents all the time that I want us to play great football as a byproduct of the things that we do in these young men's hearts and in their lives. And I want these guys to be equipped through our program to leave our program and be competitive men of character and substance that are going to go out in this world and going to make a difference.
Right.
Everybody knows that it's just a different day and age, and like we need people that are different, that stick out, and that are willing to separate themselves from the common, the average, and the ordinary, and to elevate themselves to a place that makes them excellent and makes them champions.
Right.
And so it's our goal to do that in the hearts of these kids, and then through that, as a byproduct, hopefully we play great athletics as well.
Right. Yeah. It's not all about the field. It's not all about that. And that was something that was true when I was here. Is that past coaches, they said it was God, family, school.
Yeah.
Wildcat football. Wildcat football was the last one.
Absolutely.
But if you had God, family, and school, you'd still be okay.
Sure.
And I do think that from what it sounds like, that's kind of y'all's same focus, maybe in not as many words.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's great. I think there's a lot of programs, whether it be tournament ball or high school ball or any sport across the board, that focus too much on the win.
Sure.
And focus not enough on the character development and the kids.
Absolutely.
as a whole on that. So that's really, that's, and I know, unfortunately, a lot of kids probably won't go play college athletics. Mm-hmm. And so it's cool to hear you talk about how, yes, we're trying to get all these kids into college athletics, as great as that would be, but we're also trying to set them up for when they leave the high school, they can go out and be winners at whatever they choose to do.
Well, really, the narrative has just changed so much, and it would be my hope that we could kind of blow up this. The only reason you're playing high school athletics at a 5A level is to hopefully get a scholarship and go play college. Like, I would love that, for our kids if that's what they so choose. But, just the experience of playing high school football in a small town, Friday night lights and the brotherhood and the memories and the lessons, that's what it's about for me,
Yeah.
And the secondary objective is for you to get a free education because God has given you a set of skills that, allows you to go and play at the next level, But, man, let's make the main thing, building young men and women of character and substance that can leave this school and go out and make a difference.
Right. And that's awesome. I mean, like I say, I think that should be the focus everywhere you go. But I don't think that, even across our metropolitan area, I don't think that that's the case. Sure. And I think that really separates this program and this school system a lot as a whole. Talking with Dr. Fountain, he's saying the same things, and that's awesome to me.
It's rare when you have alignment amongst administration, athletic administration, head coaches, and all that different type stuff. And I can comfortably say that I'm in a position that I've never felt more aligned with the leadership of this whole thing, whether it be the school board, the superintendent, the principals, it's an exciting time.
Yeah. All right. So as far as making a difference in the kids' lives, that's where y'all are heading. If you were going to use, and I know you do use the athletic programs to kind of make a difference in the community, the other side of that coin, what would be your highest objective or your biggest long-term goal community-wise through athletics? Because you've got a platform, a really great platform, especially in Central as a head football coach. Sure. So you do have a lot of opportunity to get out in the community and make a difference.
Right.
And I know that you are personally through the Faith and Fathers thing, which we're going to talk about because that's awesome. But what other things do y'all have going on in the community base?
Sure.
For
I guess what I'm most proud of is I think that through the football program that we've started what I feel like is a movement. It's like I talked about it last night at our football banquet. Separate and elevate started as a slogan that became a mission that developed into a movement. And I see the passion and the fire that our success on the football field and the courage and the heart that was displayed on the football field this year, and how that's spilling over into this community. And the whole We Believe movement, you couldn't go through the city without seeing We Believe, and I had my kids in the car with me one day coming up during Thanksgiving practice, and I was making them count them, and they had a little tally sheet, and they were, 29, 31,
every third yard it seemed like.
Yeah, man.
And it happened overnight. It wasn't, it was like Monday, there was no signs.
Yeah.
Tuesday, you could throw a rock and you'd hit one blindfolded. That was really cool to see.
The We Believe to me is, we can do it here. We are capable of doing it right where we're at. And, I'm here to say we are going to do it right where we're at, and so the We Believe is, I've always told our players, I want us to display the type of courage and heart out on the field that inspires everybody that watches them play the game. And that certainly was what happened this year, and, I want that courage and I want that belief to be able to spill over into everything that we do here, and, We Believe is the same thing as we can do it, and we is Central, and we believe is something that I'm just excited that, we believe that we can do it in football. We can believe that we can do it in the classroom. We believe that we can do it, out in the community. We believe that, we can build the types of buildings that, make people want to be a part of what we're doing, I hope that through our program that we're adding that passion, that courage, that fire for everybody to know that, when a group of common people lock arms and, love each other and work together towards a common objective, miracles can happen, and I'm excited for that to spill over into the community.